Speaking freedom. Speaking freedom. Giving you the answers to be free. Be free. Be free. 'Cause we're speaking freedom.
Okay, so in order to make it all make sense, I am going to load this up. And a little portion of it may be from something that I loaded yesterday, but I'm not really sure. We are at the 2 hour and some minutes, so I just want to show that Nipsey Blue. This place you're needing to be detoured to get you back to the connections that you need. Now, some connections, once they're lost, they're just lost. Some connections are supposed to be rekindled. Some connections are literally supposed to be those that are going along with you for a lifetime. Now, 9 times out of 10, the people that are assigned to you to go in the distance, not an attachment. An attachment is somebody who just tries to hold on to what you got going on because they see it's going on and it's going strong and they just trying to attach to it. The people that are assigned for you are those people that purpose aligns with you. And those people are going to be the lifetime people that help you and you help them simultaneously reach the goals that are set forth. Now, as you begin to understand the inner you, you will begin to attract the people that are good for you because now you carry yourself different. Now you're in different places based on the goals that you have, based on your new mindset, based on your new understanding of who you are, not who other people are. This is where you begin to walk into a room and stop wondering if everybody likes me, if I'm dressed to standard. The opinions of others begin to become mute. Because now you are reassured within your purpose and on purposeful alignment so that you know that you're on your purposeful assignment with no attachments. And now as you begin to align with your purposeful assignment on this alignment, then now those people that are supposed to align with you can draw into you. But sometimes we have to make sure that the people that aren't supposed to be there are not there so that we can make sure that there is room for the people that are meant to be there. And as you begin to see, okay, so I know that I have changed this thing about me because this is the goal that I have set. And not that I'm changing things about me to reach goals. I am adjusting the things around me based on who I'm realizing that I truly am. Because once I know who I truly am, once I know my personality traits, once I know my patterns, once I know how I think, once I know why I think how I think, once I know what helped me form those patterns and what patterns I need to change and what patterns are healthy. Once I've healed the toxicity of the things that I was raised in, then now I can begin to draw people and attract people and converse with people that are just as healed and whole and healthy as I am mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And those are the bases of it, because we don't want to talk about attracting people that are financially where you are. That comes down the line, because sometimes you may meet a person that's in a struggle and they may be struggling financially, but in their mind, they're wise. In their thoughts, they're progressive. In their spirit, they are ascending towards the things of God. But they've hit a hard time financially. And you may be able to help them in areas of learning their finances while they're able to help you in ways of attaining a purposeful future. So the goal is to learn yourself so well that you begin to pick, choose, and align with those that know themselves just as well, that's just as accepting of themselves as you are of yourself. Because the people that you have to carry out your purpose with, the people that will help you see your vision and complete your vision and walk with you on that mission, are the people that understand purpose, that understand faith, that understand love, that understand connections. They understand what it means to stand 10 toes down, flat-footed as a foundation for where you're going together. To be faithful to your growth is to be faithful over the type of relationships that you build. Be faithful over the type of friendships that you establish. Be faithful over the people that you associate with day to day, because some people are good for you and some people will not bring you your best results because they're not a lifetime assignment to your purpose. They are an attachment to your past and the traumas that you've had, and they're trying to hold on to that moment when you're trying to grow from that. And that's how you grow away from people, because there are people that will hold on to where you came from just to stay connected. But the people that are going where you're supposed to be, they will be fully developed. They will be ready to go. They will be purposeful minded. They will have goals aligned with your goals. They will already be working towards the things that connects you purposefully, so that when you do come together, when the universe does align, you would be like, oh my gosh, there's no way that this is just the perfect situation for us to be able to grow and build and love and connect and be a tribe together. Because the tribe vibe, the faithful tribe, are those that are with you and accountable, with you and responsible, with you and willing to correct you, with you and willing to hold you, with you and willing to care for you, with you and willing to help you heal. Because nobody can heal you but you, unless you need a third party with you to assist you in healing. You have to teach yourself how to treat yourself so that you can learn how to set the standards that you need for the expectations that you desire. So once you begin to understand yourself and you begin to make those adjustments, and you know what type of people that you need in your life, and maybe that comes with you making a list. We're not making a list for a boyfriend. We're not making a list necessarily for a potential mate. The intentions of this book is healthy love and family relationships. So the goal is to teach yourself what would be healthy for you based on your mental health, based on your spiritual health, based on your physical health, based on your emotional health, because you don't want to be into a relationship, a friendship, an association with someone that's not good for your mental health. I don't care how purposeful it seems. If it's bothering your mental or spiritual or emotional health to the point to where you think that something is wrong with you, then it's time to reevaluate if that's a purposeful connection, that's a soul tribe that will help you to align with your purpose more based on the vibe. Because as you begin to structure your life based on your goals, based on the things that you see that you want for your results in the future, you will begin to construct the type of standards that you would like to see for your goals and your dreams to come true. You have to set the tone for the standard and the expectations of those within the parameters of that family tribe. Now, I am not saying to put those people in contract with you so that they can maintain the type of relationship that you're saying that you're into. What I am saying is that you need to align with people who are naturally good for you. Not people that has to do this and do that and change who they are so that they can hang with you, or minimize who they are so that they can hang with you. Nor should you be around people that you have to minimize yourself for so that you can be around them. But what you want to do is attract the people that if nobody is around, this is really who they are. This is who they are when people are watching, when people aren't watching, when they're talking to God, when they're not talking to God. I always say that it's good to know where people come from. When you meet people in church or any religious setting where they have suppressed their natural state in order to please a savior or a leader, you have to figure out who that person was before they got saved, before they joined that religion, before they got into whatever they're into and changed who they were naturally. Because if anything changes or disrupts their relationship with that religion, with that sect, with that environment, then they will likely revert to who they were before. So we're not looking for anybody. We're not connecting with just anybody. We are allowing people encouraging people to be everything they were born to be naturally, so that we can connect with the right people instead of forcing people to be who they're not, and then connecting with people that's not really who they say they are just for the sake of a connection. And then it turns out to be a lesson, which is still a blessing. But if you can connect with those that are purposeful for you, then that blessing does not have to come from a negative lesson. It can come from experiencing growth. There are lessons in experiencing growth as well as in a negative or something that happened that you need to correct. Just going along the path of God will teach you a lesson within itself, because within that path you will learn so much about yourself, about your faith, about your spirituality, about your walk and connection with God. And those things are the things that form the connection that you have with your soul-based, purposeful connections that are meant to last a lifetime. You have to accept who God gives you, because they will align with your purpose and life plan. And anybody that does not align with your purpose and the life plan that God has assigned you, you have to let them go.
Okay, so I'm going to stop right there, because I was really trying to get to this part where I rhymed in what I was saying. And then I acknowledged that I rhymed and say I do it all the time. And then I went on to say whatever it is that I was trying to say again. But, that's just how things go when I go through my flow. No, really though. So for whatever reason, this particular chapter hit me, in a way that, all of the chapters, sections are, really, really good. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I am kind of like, oh, girl, you be going. You have a lot of things to say that is positive, and not just positive, but, uplifting, correcting, and reestablishing faith for people that trying to figure out how do they get into whatever position they're in, whether good, bad, or indifferent. So when I was listening to this last night, literally in my mind, what came to my heart, soul, is that my spirit mind was led by my heart, soul to think about, you were running well, but who hindered you? Because sometimes everything can be going great. Everything can be going gracefully along the lines that God has prepared and that are divine for you to, grow into the purpose that is meant for you, to grow into the things, to be around the people and all the things that are conspired in this world to align with you purposefully. And along that path, things start going haywire, and you have to begin to examine when, what, why, who, how, and all of those things to figure out, okay, when did things begin to get off? If everything was going well, was there some place, something, some purpose, some person, some type of distraction that began to hinder the growth and the process and the system that was already in place? And when you begin to look at things like that, it kind of changes a lot of how you not only view what's going on in your life, but how you evaluate and you continuously look over and review your life to ensure that you have the necessary people around, that you are eliminating distractions and anything that can throw you off what was working well. Like, what's for you from God, I promise, I don't believe that the things that are purposeful, the things that show provision, is going to be hectic. And now I'm not saying that things won't try to come against what you're doing. But again, if you've listened to other sound bites and excerpts, then you'll know that when those things come, if you've been planning, if you've been in alignment, if you've counted the cost and considered all possibilities, good, bad, indifferent, the variations in which all of them may occur, then you will be literally prepared for anything that could possibly come if you are in tune with the Spirit of God. Then God will show you things about people, things about places, things about situations. He will reveal to you possible distractions and everything else that you may face. You may not face them, but there will be. This is where prayer and meditation and proper planning prevents poor performance, because if you're truly seeking God in alignment about your purpose, about the things, the people, the places, and everything that is the collective narrative of being purposeful, then you will be so overly prepared for anything that comes your way that it will not hurt you or hinder you. It won't even be a distraction. Now, it may be a little bump in the road where you're like, well, damn, I knew that was a possibility, but I didn't know when it would come. I didn't know when the narrative would change. I didn't know how it would affect me. So that even though it comes, you already had an idea that it would happen. Like, there's so many things that I have faced, especially within the last 4 or 5 years, that just being introduced to people, and I'm like, well, I could see this in this person, I could see that, I could, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not being negative or being hypocritical, or I'm not, you know what I'm saying, shooting people down. I'm not even judging them for the things that I see, the possibilities of happening. But I'm aware that when you're dealing with certain things, certain people, certain places, etc., there are certain things that just might happen that you have to be prepared for. And when you're an empath or somebody that sees beyond the veil, the smoke and mirrors, or whatever you want to call it, then you're able to assess, for lack of better terms. You're able to kind of be like, okay, I see that in you. I see the possibilities of that just by the way that you act, and just by the things that you do, or the things that you say. And I'm aware already. Now, you may not hold that over somebody's head. You may not, you know what I'm saying, hold on to it so tightly to where you're looking for it to happen. You're looking and waiting and, oh, I know you're going to do something. But you can have that in the back of your head, in your file cabinet. You should always have a little file cabinet in your mind that comes back to surface whenever it's necessary in the process of you working. And certain things I see, I notice, and I just file in the file cabinet. And then whenever something happens, it's like, if you ever seen Bruce Almighty, where Bruce went up to the file cabinet of God's notes, basically, and he pulled out the file cabinet, and it was like this long cabinet that just kept going and going and going and going. And that's how your mind has to begin to recollect the things that is necessary for your brain to collect, so that you know what to expect on the other end of whatever it is that you're facing. So, I mean, not everybody's brain works the same. So you may have to make a notebook, and that notebook be your file cabinet. You may have to just write things down, put it in your phone, take pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that I say, especially on social media, that I'm so thankful that social media exists, and I said it there, because so many things that I wouldn't even remember that I said, because especially in the area and nature that I'm helping other people, or I'm speaking things into existence over other people's lives, or I'm praying for somebody, or I am, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that I do when I do what I do, when I do what I do, those things are not always things that I'm storing in the back of my mind. Like, I may remember if something triggers the memory, but generally speaking, once I say something, I've moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like once something has happened and the scenario play out, or I speak whatever it is that's on my heart, like if my heart soul feels something and my spirit mind puts it on my tongue to say, then once I say something, I'm not sitting here thinking about something that I said all day long, especially if it's not pertaining to me, my life, my children, or my immediate family. Like, I say whatever I'm saying, especially if it's something that's a Holy Spirit led, and then I go on about my business. So in those narratives, sometimes you have to keep a running log of what it is that you've spoken into people's life, what it is that you have, I don't want to say prophesied or predicted or anything like that, because sometimes you can say something and the person just don't line up and it just never happened. And it's not that you were wrong, but if the people don't align with what God is showing you in your mind and in your soul, then there's nothing that you can do to force certain things to happen, even if you see them happening before they happen. You can't force things to happen. You have to, especially like the biggest thing that I be trying to get people to understand is when it comes to love and things that have to do that are emotion based, you cannot force, I can't force nobody to love me. I'm not even going to try to force. I am the type of person that is going to allow it to be whatever it's going to be. And if God shows me something great, I will note it in my file bank and then I will move on. And if it happens, then great. But if it doesn't happen, I am not pushing the envelope on anything that's not in my control. If it's out of my control, it's not my concern. So, like, you can't force things to happen. You can only make the availability for things to happen naturally. And if they happen naturally, then great. And there are people, you know what I'm saying, you can set things up to make it look like whatever you want it to be. But what happened naturally is the things that are going to stick permanently. And those are the only things that I want personally in my life. So, I'm allow it to be whatever you make it be, and whatever it's not, it's okay with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not stressing me about anything externally. And again, I don't be trying to rhyme, but sometimes it just happen like that. That's the way it comes to my mind. And that's the way I have to deliver it. But I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you support the books. I hope that you grow. I hope that you know everything that you need to know and learn everything that you need to learn. And that when it's your turn, you knock it out the park. Speaking Freedom presents Good Head Group, providing advanced spiritual studies and personal developmental insight. Brought to you by Love Gang and Speaking Freedom. We look forward to helping you grow in all the areas of your life. We hope that you find all the information needed for your growth. God bless. Please listen to all disclaimers provided. If you are currently under physician's care, please maintain that relationship. This is not intended to stop your current treatment plan. If you need physician care, please seek out medical attention. Please note, all results are based on the individual's ability to adapt and adjust to any given environment and situation. We are not responsible for your results at Speaking Freedom. The life enhancement coaches at Speaking Freedom provide information to help you grow. You are responsible for maintaining that growth, taking on and then applying the information to your individual life as you deem needed and necessary. This may contain and explain explicit content. Please use parental discretion. For best results, you will need an open mind, the ability to research, and a balanced lifestyle.
Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang, and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.